Good morning, Professor Roland, A. Csizmazia, and hello, I am Sheenu Seni, a team member of Eurasia Research, and today I will be taking your interview. So,
Okay,
welcome to the chat session for Eurasia Research, and how are you?
thank you very much. A little bit sleepy because of the weather. It's monsoon season right now here.
Same is here, so I
Raining,
hope you are.
raining over rain.
Oh, that's great. Before I start this chat session, I would like to mention that this will be a recorded chat session, and so I hope you're okay.
I'm okay. Thank you that you mentioned it. So please shoot the questions.
Yes. Before I start, I would like to introduce to our audience that today we have Professor Roland A. Csizmazia as an eminent speaker for our chat session interview today. So is affiliated to as a full professor at Ingenium College Global Education Center, Kangwon University, Seoul. And the topic he presented during Seoul conference was how long can the Hungarian author authoritarian regime survive? Welcome to the chat session for Eurasia Research. So before I start, let's start the chat session. And my first question to you is, looking ahead 5 to 10 years, what are the most plausible scenarios for political change or continuity in Hungary?
Okay, so first of all, Ms. Shina, thank you very much for this invitation. And thank you also that you are, okay, having a follow-up interview with me about this presentation. The reason I selected this topic originally before the election was because I was not 100% sure if people at this time would finally, after 16 years, change their mind radically. And that's why also I was thinking about changing the title since it has stopped, but we don't know yet whether it has stopped completely or not. So that's where your question is replied already, partly. So actually, I believe that the former government exploited the fears based on the collective pain of the Hungarian nation. And if you look at the history, I mean, we talk about the European Union as well, right? So how could it happen that a country like Hungary turn away from the European Union? As because of well, the main reason would be, I believe, that the common history with other Eastern European countries, uh, the, this dependence of foreign ruling, that is Moscow or Soviet Union, former Soviet Union, right? Now, uh, based on this, this could be exploited long time. But now, also the performance decreased that much that people saw that continuing this um, governing would harm the country. That is, we expect now, or the majority of the people also expect, that the current TISAS, or the Respect and Freedom Party administration, progresses toward democratic consolidation amidst institutional friction. Why so? Because the former regime will, of course, try to block or slow down all the reform processes which are necessary to get the European Union funds. I mean, we are talking about like, I don't remember exactly, but like 22 billion euros, which the country really needs. And this is going to be an issue also for the future after the 5 years perspective. So what I've think is that certainly this let me uh, uh, say wait a second. So this electoral autocracy that has been built out during the last 16 years, um, this of course sparks intense constitutional and institutional friction even today. And the positions of the leftover regime appointees are shaking right now. They are no longer safe because of the qualifying majority for the TISA, so the recent ruling party. And once again, if you think about the 10 years horizont, the focus will shift from identity politics to technocratic governance, and specifically repairing the economy, reintegrating the country into the European Union, building out this alliance among the Visegrad countries as well, because this Visegrad force, so Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Slovakia and Hungary together could form a kind of coalition, a loose coalition that would give them a certain higher power in negotiation with the European Union as well. So this would be the highly likely future, and I hope for that too.
That's good to know. And moving ahead with our next question, what are the key factors that currently sustain the political system in Hungary, and which of them are most vulnerable to change?
Okay, so the original, I mean, up to April 12, the system actually was held together by the three pillars. So complete dominance over the media landscape, bringing out or also creating a kind of information bubble for the people, so domestically, a tightly managed oligarchic economic network fueled by state and European contracts, and a highly engineered electoral system designed to suppress any kind of rise of opposition or any kind of unity of opposition. And Hungary is highly dependent of the European Union and the funds of the European Union. That is really important for the country. We see that in a case of infrastructure development or underdevelopment, in the case of healthcare underdevelopment, in the case of education development as well. And as the next points, what I could mention here, the reason why the former government actually completely, was, I mean, lost the election is perhaps also not just, the performance itself, which is one of the main reasons, but first of all, it abandoned its early grassroots community networks to focus entirely on top-down state control. And then the second is the moral and social issues, what happened, the internal scandals, the child care protection completely was demolished, basically. Yeah, those three things. What I would say what the new government could bring forward and also let's say sustain the new way is that first of all, voters are demanding new faces untainted by corruption. who will truly represent them and also focus on national development rather than sitting back and living off the taxpayers' money. People want a fresh progress by tapping into this sentiment. The new leader, so Peter and Magyar, managed to win over neglected experts and also technocrats, so marginalized technocrats, to build a competent governing apparatus. That would be my answer.
Thank you. Moving forward with our next question, what is the main takeaway from your study?
Well, briefly said, the takeover is clear here. Sophisticated legal and structural manipulation can insulate the ruling elite for a time, but when a regime simultaneously loses its economic engine, as I mentioned, its moral credibility, with this 2024 child abuse clemency scandal, and its geographical overreach, such as vetoing EU loans against, or I mean, EU loans that was meant to be for Ukraine, or acting as a sanctuary for Chinese battery plants. Well, so once again, these three things and this machinery of control quickly turns into an absolute political collapse. That would be the takeaway.
So my next question would be, what advice would you give to young researchers who just starting in the research world based on your own experiences and insights?
What I see by myself as well is if we have to break out of the traditional departments or silos and embrace modern analytical tools and stay connected to the real world. So my cases, usually my case studies are about the real world and implementing also at the same time theoretical frameworks. So my suggestion would be like to bridge the interdisciplinary divide. Do not trap your thoughts or thinking or opinion into a single academic department. The most exciting and impactful discoveries happen usually at intersections. If you're analyzing policy or political scene and the impact of policies, combine those with data from the economy or data analytics, systematic modeling, or regional economics to give you arguments, empirical weights. And then also grant theories are useful and very valuable, but the real indicators of shifting global trends usually show up first at regional level, at a local level. And as for the third one, I would say the one of the most important is to cultivate intercultural and global competence and awareness. So geopolitical and socio-economic landscapes shifts with extreme speed, and travel, collaborate internationally, and remain deeply adaptable. And your theoretical frameworks must be ready to evolve when the real world disrupts established assumptions as well.
Thank you for sharing your advice to our young researchers. And moving forward with our last question, your positive feedback about our conference.
This was the first time in my life to organize a conference together with you, with Eurasia Research Organization, and I would say it's very positive. Well, Eurasia, with all the sub-organizations, assists especially in bridging Yeah, it's bridging the interdisciplinary divisions. So they foster a cross-border intellectual dialogue during an era of massive global transition, where we are actually also afraid of AI. I want to express my deepest appreciation to the Eurasia Research Organization and say SSHRA, what is Social Science and Human Research Association, right? Yes. So for organizing this conference, helping me to co-host this conference here at Kwangin University has provided a truly dynamic, energetic backdrop for our discussions and has showed me that cross-border collaborations can really work well. What makes this event stand out? It is the seamless integration of global perspectives, bringing together scholars both in person, so having also face-to-face meetings, and online to tackle the intersections of education, business, economics, engineering, law, and public policy. At the time when a global and European political landscapes are experiencing uh, radical shifts, also due to the policy and leadership in the United States of America. So platforms like Europe Asia Research Organization are absolutely necessary for fostering the kind of rigorous but open and interdisciplinary dialogue needed to make sense of our changing world and to be able to understand it. That would be my feedback.
Thank you so much for your feedback, and we would love to see you again at our future conferences. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, and thank you for attending this chat session. We are honored to have you, and it will be great to see you at our future conferences as well.
Well, I'm going to go to Bangkok.
Oh, the October event.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Uh, uh,